Okay.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody.
Good morning. Good to see
Welcome,
you.
Hello, friends.
Hey.
It's a wild painting and
That
more
is
wild
really cool.
photos.
And smiles and lights. You guys, such a gift. I see some yogis that were just with Ray. What a gift, Jaguar Yoga.
Just finished yoga and it was awesome. Thank you guys for being there.
Amazing.
Continuing the journey of
Devotion.
Loving the body
Yeah.
and just stretching the body. And I want to say welcome to all. And at this point, I do want to say that just because we're coming right off to the yoga class, and some of you were there, I want to say that it's just such a journey. We're talking about spirituality, and there is no spiritual path if you don't love, stretch, knead, and open the body. Because the body will kind of shrink inward, shrink down, and it will suffocate your spirit and spirituality and your intelligence, actually. So this is gentle openings and this essentially gentle yoga that we do. So welcome once again to, and thank you for all of those of you who are new, and thank you all of those who sent an email that you will be watching the recording. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Ray.
I'm Nina, and we are the JaguarPath, and we're just so honored to share this journey with you, this discovering your power animal shamanic journey. And as we begin our time together, and everybody kind of lands, I see everybody settling in, and when you're ready to turn on your camera, of course, we'd love to have you with us. Ray's going to share about his journey and the journey of the JaguarPath, how it came to be, how you found it through experience, direct embodiment of experience with the shamans. This isn't born of theory, and I think this is something that is really unique to those of us that connect with this lineage. And I've spoken with many of you recently of connecting with the lineage and then finding the Jaguar path, or finding the Jaguar path and realizing this lineage has been beating in your heart, and you're just realizing now. So if you wouldn't mind.
And many of you know I don't mind sharing.
Yeah,
just press the start button right here, I should say. But I want to, before I start, to offer this as a great thanks to the animals on the planet. We don't live alone. This planet is not ours. This planet belongs to us and all the mammals and all the birds and all sentient beings. So I want to start, before we make it about the lineage, before we make it about you or us, I want to dedicate and read a poem by William Blake, which I dearly love, and it was one of my favorite from myself and from my late father. It was just for both of us a favorite one. And it is Tiger by William Blake. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night. What immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deeps or skies burnt the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare seize the fire? And what shoulders and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? And when thy heart began to beat, what dread hand and what dread feet? What the hammer, what the chain, in what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil, what dread grasp dare its deadly terror clasp? When the stars threw down their spears and waters heavens with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamb make thee? Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry? I invite you to close your eyes and bring awakening your pineal gland to stimulate your imagination to feel like you're standing in the presence of a tiger, huge animal, 10, 12 feet long plus the tail. Orange like flames, made by God in any of the names you want. Looking straight into your eyes and awakening within you, not as a enemy or something to be afraid of, but rather something to awaken within you, to invite within you, to accept as a reality within you, to integrate. Maybe in your eyes, minds, you bring your hands to Namaste. Maybe you actually bring your physical hands in prayer position and bowing to that tiger in awe of its beauty, its strength, its elegance, its courage, its divine nature. And gently inhale and open your eyes. And I bow to you in that same awe for your wild and beautiful and divine nature. Your strength, your power, your courage. So welcome, welcome, welcome once again. I want to say that enough that we could really inhale and feel a tiger awakening inside us. That enough has brought us to where we want to be.
Yeah, for sure.
And I will honor our lineage and open sacred space. Yes. In which again, we see in the heart of the Inca lineage, the Qero nations people bring from the four directions, four power animals, beneath Mother Earth and above Father Sun, to open an awareness, because the space is sacred always. It's us who we forget and slide and slip into mundanity and boredom or anger or not enoughness. But that divine constant hose of life, electricity of life is always there. I invite you to find the south.
I'm going to pin you just so that.
To your direction. Nice, please do. And as you find your south, you can raise your hand, one hand up, the other hand to your heart. To the winds of the south, great serpent, Amaru, be here with us, wrap your coils of light around us. Teach us how to shed our skin and let go of the past. Remind us that we can let go of trauma, of old stories. We can let go of the old way we showed up in the world. We can change our skin. We can change from surface to depth. Serpent, thank you for reminding me to be closer to Mother Earth, to feel her under my feet, like you feel her closely, belly to belly with her, feeling her as the living being she is, as the living mother that gives life to all of us. From her, you remind us, we come. On her we dwell, to her we return. Thank you, Serpent, for reminding us that we can shift and change. Horpichai.
Horpichai.
Maybe repeat that. Horpichai. Sing thank you in Quechua. Turning to your right, looking to the west. To the winds of the west, great Jaguar, Otorongo, thank you for opening this path. Thank you for taking me personally down this path and making me and empowering me to share it with the world. Thank you for opening the path of shamanism for all people in the modern world, for all people on this earth, regardless of the time, the past, the present, or the future. Great Jaguar, thank you for teaching us how to be soft, delicate, how to have this beautiful openness, that softness, that sweetness that you have in your paws. Great Jaguar, thank you for teaching me to be strong, that strength that you have in your claws. Thank you for opening the path of shamanism in so many places of the world, Thank you for walking on the rainbow from this world to the next, connecting the spirit world with this world. Thank you for your spots, like the stars in the sky, emanating the energy to awaken each and every one of us. Thank you, Jaguar. Be here. Horpichai. Turning to your right one more time, looking at the north. To the winds of the north, sweet Colimbri hummingbird, thank you for being here. Thank you for teaching us how to fly backwards and open and heal the past. Thank you for teaching us how to fly standing still and pause in our life to think, to feel, to decide in our own time.
Thank you for teaching us that to the left and the right, and the front and the back, there's nectar always waiting for us. Hover, hum in front of our solar plexus, and if ever we felt bitterness in our solar plexus from anyone or anything, fill that up as you hum that sweetness, and the nectar fill us up, fill our body, our veins, our heart with that, our sensation, our mind, and even our voice. Thank you for being here, Hummingbird, and thank you for flying all the way back to open those back doors, the portals to our ancestors, beloved ancestors, yogis of India, Taoists of China, shamans of Peru. We bow to you. We're grateful that you've allowed us to study your ways and to share it with everyone around us always. Ways of understanding what it is to be human, ways of analyzing the ego, ways of analyzing the spirit, ways of really studying physiology, psychology, and in an extension, astrology. We bow to you. Thank you. Horpichai.
Horpichai.
Inhaling, opening your eyes one more time to your right, coming to face the east. To the winds of the east, great condor, great eagles, and hawks that fly in our valley. Thank you for being here and for teaching us how to find the thermals, how to find those practices that allow us to rise effortlessly above. Thank you for giving us the way, showing us the way to rise above our everyday life, to see the greater picture of our own life, to see our relationships, who's standing to our left and right, in front and behind us, who are the ones that support every step of our way so we can be grateful and offer to, who are maybe holding us back, so we might take a step away and see less. Thank you, Condor, for letting us rise up in the place of discernment, of clarity, of doing everything we do with love and respect to all beings always. Thank you, most of all, for reminding us that we're connected with the divine, as you are always flying wing to wing with a great spirit. Horpichai.
Horpichai.
And coming to the center,
and bowing to our beloved Mother Earth, Pachamama. With deep reverence and gratitude, thank you for the ways that you hold us, for all of your support, for grounding us in to the foundation of our elements. Thank you for giving us a body to experience this life. Thank you for receiving our heavy energy when we can't hold it any longer. Thank you for receiving this energy and transforming it into fruits and flowers, giving us the beautiful experience of walking this earth with deep reverence and gratitude. Beloved Pachamama, thank you.
Horpichai, thank you. Amita, inhale, raising your hands up. To the sun and the moon. Intitaita, Father Sun. Mamakila, Mother Moon. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Intitaita, thank you for sending your light so we could see with clarity. Thank you for sending your prana, the life force that gives life to everything on the planet. Thank you for sending your heat and that beautiful embracing Mother Earth, impregnating her with all of life and everything she gives birth to. Thank you for sustaining in this life. Thank you for giving us your fire so we could light fire and warm ourselves in the winter, so we could cook our food, so we could burn our old contracts. And Mama Kila, thank you, Mama Kila, for your feminine energy, for your silver light, for your beautiful wisdom, the deep wisdom, and for holding for all of us such acceptance, admiration, and affection. We bow and we shower in your acceptance. We take in your admiration. We surrender to your affection. Horpichai. And inhaling your hands to your heart, coming within. Feel under your feet Mother Earth. Fan out your toes like we do in yoga. Press down. She always supports you. Tuck your chin, lengthen up through the crown, rising to the sun like all flowers and all trees. And feel around you the power animals that are here to support you, to teach you. Being here longer than we have been, they can show us the way to be on this planet. Being in the modern world, we can still walk with them because they are still around us, giving us a point of reverence to the true reality. And bow your chin to your heart, being the center of all of this. accepting it, receiving it, being blessed by all of it. Thank yourself first. Love yourself first. Say, dear self, I love you, I love you, I love you. Say it, and notice if you're holding back. Notice if you're holding back. Ooh, don't hold back. Love yourself. And gently inhale and rise and open your eyes. Welcome once again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Wow.
Would you like to come back?
Let's come back. I think it was nice that we can be amongst
nice to see
everyone.
everybody.
To see all of you.
More of you here.
Be one square. Hey, welcome. I love it. Every time we open sacred space, more people arrive. What do you know?
Such a gift.
So I would love to. Shall we start with the trilogy?
Yes. Do you want to share a little bit? And I know many of them have heard it, but I just feel like before going into the trilogy, just sharing how your journey led us to the trilogy.
I will, yes. I'll go into the trilogy as I came upon
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you. That's really helpful. So, okay. I'll fast forward the first piece because it's such a long time ago. But in 2003, I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer that had spread through my 2 kidneys, my lungs, and my liver, and I was given 3 months to live. I'll fast forward because you see the end of the story. It wasn't 3 months, it's 20 years. I'm taller, stronger. We were talking about it last night. We're doing yoga at 11:30 at night. We're talking about how flexible I am at 62.
Come on.
I was a lot more flexible. I am a lot more flexible today than I was when I was 40. And I'm a lot more alive than I was. I had a very successful career. I was very engaged in the city of Athens and in Europe as a photographer of fashion and advertisement. And my claim to fame was Vogue covers and bulletin boards of ads of Mercedes and BMWs across the whole city. And I still happy I did that. I still am like, in some ways proud I did that for that young guy that wanted to become a photographer. But bending over, doubling over from pain, I went into a hospital. They did some ultrasounds and they said, oh, you are in a really bad situation here. And that brought all that to a halt. So here I'll fast forward and jump a year later. I'm still alive in Johns Hopkins and NIH. And I said, is there something we could do? And they said, you should take care of your affairs. This is Dr. Kavousis, the head of the Department of Urology of Johns Hopkins, I want to say one of the biggest, greatest hospitals of the world. And I said, you know what, I will take care of my affairs. I didn't say this, I thought this. I didn't say it to him. But one part of my affairs was to complete and honor my word to myself. As I was 16 and 17 years old, I was reading the books of Carlos Castaneda. Mm-hmm. And that is one of the many things that saved me. Besides Johns Hopkins and NIH that saved me, there's this moment that I remembered one of the lines from one of the books of Carlos Castaneda where Don Juan Matus, the shaman sorcerer that Carlos Castaneda worked with, writing his dissertation in UCLA in 1968, Don Juan turns around and tells Carlos Castaneda, when death knocks on your door, change your address. And that hit me, and I'm like, what does that even mean? I should leave the city because it's either in the air I'm breathing, or maybe some paint in the house, or maybe under my house, maybe working 100 hours a week for the last 20 years, because you don't get successful in that without putting that in. Maybe. I couldn't find it was being impossible to pinpoint what created the cancer. So taking myself out in a way of myself, and everything I did or loved or cared for or was in a pattern of, inside, outside, I changed my address. So I literally walked away from my life with a backpack. That's when I went to, after a year of still surviving in Greece, to Johns Hopkins, to NIH. They offered me a surgery and to partake in a study. And I thought to myself, if I will die, I might as well be a part of a study that might help humanity, might help other young people like me later on, further down. So after my surgery of taking my right kidney, which was clear it was the source of all of it, 3 or 4 months later, I ventured down to Peru. And it was in Peru that I met one of my most beloved teachers. I want to talk about just 3 teachers. There's more that I owe my life to and I'm grateful forever. But 3 teachers I quote quite a lot of, and that were really there and still are part of the Jaguar Path. And those of you in the Jaguar Path have met a couple of them. I'll talk about Don Francisco. Don Francisco Flores. You can write that name down and Google it. He is the elder of the Qero Nations people. He is the source of sweetness on this planet. Anyone met Don Francisco? Please wave your hand if I'm correct. The human source of sweetness on this planet is this man. He is direct. He is real. There's nothing that goes by him without him knowing. But what he constantly is sweetness. It's a power to be reckoned.
Right.
Is reckoned? Is that the correct English?
Power to be reckoned with.
Power to be reckoned with. On my knees, I begged Don Francisco to save me. And I told him, Don Francisco, I have a son, a boy that is 1.5 years old. And he will be without a father. He will never get to know me. Please save me. He gently leaned forward, grabbed me by the shoulders and helped me stand up, telling me, I cannot save you. I cannot heal you, but I can teach you how to become a shaman and you could heal yourself. It was the first time in all of this path, from the Greek hospitals to other hospitals and doctors, Chinese medicine, a lot of people that I consulted with in that 1.5 years after my first diagnosis, a lot of people. It was the first time that someone brought the power back to me. Because I was like, I was a specialist photographer. If someone needed an image, they would come to me. I was dying, so I went to a specialist doctor, so I would go to the doctor. And here something's happened, and I'll put this parenthesis in because it's important, I feel, because we are broadcasting here from the temple of Asclepius, the father of medicine, the teacher of Hippocrates. And it is important that what Hippocrates did, you've heard the name Hippocrates, even today when you become a doctor, you have to take the Hippocratic oath. Hippocrates said, it's not the gods that are responsible for your health. It is you who is responsible for your health. And in some ways, I feel that I realized that what we had done is like we said, oh yeah, of course, we're modern people. We don't believe Zeus is responsible for our health or Poseidon or this or the other. What did we do? We said, oh, the doctors are responsible. We still didn't take a responsibility. We're like, I can't do it. I can't take care of myself. And that's one of the things that happened. Like Hippocrates, Don Francisco says, it's you. It's not up to doctors. It's not up to me. You can do a lot. And the biggest understanding, and it's really deep, and 26 years of research in all this, and which deepening and continuing, is that if you are in dis-ease and you need help, you reach your hand out, and a doctor, a shaman, a friend, a priest will reach their hand down, and they will slowly, all of them together will help you pull up. But it's really about reaching your hand up. It's really about that will. And it's really about saying, okay, it is my responsibility. And that's the biggest lesson that Don Francisco was giving me that moment without me even knowing it. It's taken 20 years to really put it exact in words, like what happened to me that second. And that changed a few things in my brain. And some spark, some new neural pathways have opened. And they gave me the courage, they gave me the will, they gave me the hope. And I said, I will become your student, and I will be your best student, the best student you've ever had. And I hope I am, and I hope everyone is the best student. So it is here that big part of my first connection with the power animals comes. And I will go through the Jaguar right after when I go to my other teacher.
Yes, whatever you want. I think this is perfect.
Thank you. So being a yoga teacher at the time, because parallel to photography, I had started teaching yoga and doing yoga and was fascinated. And I was actually also had started at that point to study Chinese medicine. And I was just it was great. Photography was great, but not enough. My soul needed more, so I wasn't all that. I was really studying through yoga the idea of body, mind, and spirit. Body, mind, and spirit. Every yoga teacher would say it, and how we bring all these together through the practice of yoga. So we begin to talk, and one of the first things that Francisco referred to was the Inca trilogy. The Qero Nations people that Don Francisco is the elder of, one of the elders, are the Inca, the Inca, the ancestors, or the Inca descendants.
Yeah.
Thank you. When the conquistadors came to the valley, to the sacred valley, the shaman saw them and said, no, we know exactly what this whole thing means. They're going to wipe us all out, clear us all out. So they took off 1,000 of them and went up to 16 to 18,000 feet and stayed there, and they started coming down in the early 70s. So till then, they lived like human beings have lived for millennia on the planet. Stone houses, thatched roofs, the llamas, and the potato fields. And he began to tell me about the core of their belief system, of their cosmology. Definitely a parenthesis in this parenthesis is that nor the Jaguar path or the shamanism we refer to in all the shamans or any of all of these are a religion. Don't talk about God. Like Buddhism, we're talking about what's happening here and now. Where have we found ourselves before the Genesis, before we talk about any other power? And the powers that are directly to us here, right? It's not a religion, it's naturalism. The powers you heard be just open sacred space are Mother Earth and Father Sun. And in this polarity, this battery of positive and negative, electricity is born and life is born. And in all directions, animals and humans and all the living creatures are here. But in all this, he begins to tell me, as my first class, my first day at school with him, that the Inca trilogy, the power, and you'll see this, whoever's gone to Peru or through the Sacred Valley, there's all these statues everywhere, and the statues of a serpent, a jaguar, and a condor. Mm-hmm. And as he's describing the serpent, like I said, the serpent helps us, bring us in mind how we shed our skin and let go of the past. How we can really let go of trauma, really, somewhere in the body. And I'm like, oh, serpent, it's the body he's talking about. And then he was talking about Jaguar. The Jaguar teaches us to have no fear in this world or the next, how to walk with courage, with the sensitivity they have on their paws. It's sensitive, but also with that power they have in their claws. And with no fear, they don't think, they don't decide, with fear being a part of how they weigh things out. And I'm like, oh my God, they're talking about the mind. And then when he came to Condor, of course, as a condor flies wing to wing with a great spirit, I'm like, it's really, really clear that this is the spirit itself, mind, body, and spirit. And the trilogy that totem is about how in yoga, in TaiChi and Qigong, how all these great ancient studies of our reality and the human being really tell us that we need to build a strong body, an open body, stretching it out, opening it, wringing it out, refreshing it, alkalizing it, etc. How we need to stabilize our mind from being erratic and all over the place, not being a monkey mind, but becoming a jaguar mind. Be clear. And so I'm deciding I'm opening this business without fear. I know the risks. The less fear I have, the more in my prefrontal cortex I am. So the clarity is, so when I say no fear, that doesn't mean that I'm irresponsible. Actually, it means the opposite. It doesn't mean I'm reckless. It means that I'm coming open with my heart and my forehead wide open to really see with discernment and clarity what I'm doing in every step that I'm doing it. Right? May that be a business, may it be a venture, may it be a travel, a journey, may it be creating a new friendship, creating a new school, a new whatever it is we're doing. For most of us, and think about it, whenever we're going to do anything new, even go out today in the day, fear is one of the first things we think about. It's like, what if we get a flat tire? Or what if, to a certain degree, wave your hand if that's true for you too. Because we've been taught that this is our logic. Be careful, be careful.
Well, be prepared.
Be prepared, be responsible, and being afraid. It's almost like a synonym.
Yeah.
But here we're talking about creating that Jaguar mind that is steady, that weighs things out with that sensitivity and acts with strength, that balance. And Condor, I know that I'm moving, my spirit is here, and I'm moving with the divine energy in whatever name of God you would like to use. In all religions, our altar has the Buddha, has Mother Mary, has Allah, we have everyone, and even ancient Greek gods, because the Greek mythology rocks. It's awesome. The idea is, no matter what the name, is to have reverence in life. And that's one of the things that religion is a gift to people, or accepting the divine is so important, because if you live from reverence, it's a measure. It's a way of being. You don't want with any God as a witness to step out of line. It's a light that shows you the line to walk on, with love and compassion to all beings.
And, as you're speaking of it, I think even in the Jaguar mind, we have these words of mind, body, and spirit, but how do we bring our attention to the mind, to the body, to the spirit? I feel the body is kind of an easy one for most of us, of like, okay, I need to work out, I need to eat well, I need to sleep, all the things that my body needs. But where Ray's bringing it into serpent, jaguar, condor, we start to see serpent in the earth. We see condor flying in the sky. We see and we can feel the different qualities of energy. And so what at first I was thinking of as metaphors, I soon, as I deepened my studies, started to realize that these qualities of energy are reality. And so that's where it's really helpful to even watch National Geographic and connect with the energy of condor or eagle, and start to notice the energy that's moving within yourself, connecting with that animal, or if you have them in your area. And same with the big cats and the serpent. And I think also that's where, as we move from talking about it to having an experience and a journey where you can really connect with the qualities of energy. And I think that's where I have found for myself almost a disconnect before I came into the practices of like, well, how do I access that? I hear people talking about mind, body, spirit, but how do I strengthen the mind, or how do I attune the mind, polish the mind or the spirit?
Absolutely. And I think that's what really brings you into a place where you begin to feel, it's like one of the things, at the end is like, what is a shaman? A shaman is definitely not a magician or someone that can do miracles. That's the shamans I've worked with, and that's what we teach is rather that person, exactly like I said, that brings the responsibility back to you. Mm-hmm. So our school teaches that, and bringing the responsibility back to you. And for those of you who've taken the Jaguar path, wave your hand if you feel that you've gotten that, and it's strengthened you and empowered you. Yeah, it's really empowering, because again, it brings the idea. It's like, hey, I'm on the wheel. I'm on the rudder. So I want to say we do go in the training, which starts at the end of September, the 6-month training. We go really deep into it. There's 2 things about it. There's 102 things about it, and we'll go deeper into it through the training. But I want to say here that the importance is that in the history of how we think, how you and I think in the modern world, we think in relationship to our surrounding. We always do. You have to, right? Is it nighttime? Is it daytime? Am I amongst friends? Am I amongst enemies? Am I in the fire? Am I in the water? It's important to know your surroundings. And we know this without thinking, that the surroundings are really kind of like impose or come first in how we think. And there is a moment in the Dark Ages, in the 1500s, 1600s, that there was a shift of how we think of the world. And there was a big statement made and advertised, talking about advertisement and bulletin boards everywhere, that, humans are the favorite creation of God. Mm-hmm. And if you ask me, that's human hubris. Mm-hmm. It's like, why not the tiger burning bright? Who created this creature? It's like, oh my God, how did you create such a magnificent creature? How the tiger, the jaguar, the condors, the humming, it's like, all these creations are equal expression of God. Mm-hmm. And so we've lived in a context with the lack of part of who we are, because these animals are a part of who we are. We are a part of what they all are. We are part of it, actually. So as we come back more into this relationship, we're awakening parts of ourselves. And remind me to talk at the end, if we do have time, about the reintroduction of wolves in Yellowstone Park and what that did, and how bringing back the wild animals into your being, what that can do to your whole self, to your inner ecosystem. Venturing into finding the power animal, you will find an animal as we go into this journey, as I lead you through this journey. I'm going to ask you to find a comfortable place to lay down or sit, and just allow yourself to sink in as if you're going into a dream. And I'm going to invite you in this dream to start walking in this space that I will guide you through. And feel that you're a guest, you're an honored guest. You will meet the power animals that are choosing you. Depending on your physiology, depending on your neurology and psychology, there's animals that you are tuned to more, animals that are communicating with you more. Sometimes people say, you look like a jaguar. Other people, if you think of it, some people look like jaguars. Some people look like bears. It's some big guys that give you big bear hugs, Some people look like birds, right? They're more thin bones. And so there's something in that, how your energy is attuned to that energy. We are also in this journey going to find an ally from the spirit world. And what I mean by that is not referring to your grandfather or grandmother or someone, or my late father, to who I might want to meet, but going into the spirits, the great spirits of saints, gods, even goddesses, avatars, angels, right?
Yeah.
Archetypes that really are about some specific power and a specific way of being. They have chosen you. There are some saints and some gods or goddesses that really love you, that they've loved you, they came with you in conception, they brought you down. They will be with you when you're rising back up. They're with you every day. They help you. And this is a reality, and it's not a religion. For me, for my venturing into death and dying and coming so close to dying, I am only grateful to my knees with all my heart to Saint Francis, who picked me up from the beginning and allowed me to feel spirituality for the very first time, to feel that I was there, through reading his stories, to understanding his teachings, and him too, going through the power animals, loving all the animals. For me, he was the shaman of Christianity, right? And he was shunned by the church because he talked to animals, he helped wounded animals, etc. So allow for that to be what it is. Maybe you know it's Christ. Maybe you know it's Mother Mary already. But be open to see if there's more. So I invite you to begin to find a comfortable place so we can go into the journey. And then when we return, we'll give you 2-3 minutes to journal. And then we're going to open the mic to hear what your experience was and to share and analyze it. So please find your way to a comfortable position. As you lay down, make sure that you're safe and you're warm and you're relaxed. And let it all go. as you lay down on your mat. Exhale and let go of any tension, allowing for your body to sink in the mat, feeling with each exhalation that your spine and paraspinal muscles are sinking in deeper. And as you have your eyes closed to the outside world, you find yourself in the woods. It's a beautiful day. It's a blue sky, white puffy clouds going by. Maybe you know the woods here. Maybe it's a place you've been before. Or maybe it's a new place. And it's beautiful. Temperature is comfortable and you're just walking. As you walk, you're approaching a riverside or a creek. There's a path right next to it. And as you walk by a river, look down at your feet. Just take a moment as you're walking and notice, what are you wearing? What shoes are you wearing? Are you barefoot? Keeping your eyes on the path and on your feet. Continue to walk. In front of you, someone is walking. Notice. What shoes are they wearing? What are their garments? And slowly start lifting your head. Slowly. They're walking in front of you and you are following. This is your ally. Do you already know who it is? Keep following your ally. Walking by the river. Your ally stops. Your ally is turning around to look at you. Bow in respect and gratitude. Do you recognize your ally? You shine in your ally's eyes. Your ally is always there protecting you. From childhood, in all the times you needed. It's always looking after you. Your ally is signaling, let's go, follow me. As your ally walks, follow. Your ally is taking you to a place to find your gift. After that curve on the path, there it is. Is it a building or is it a hut? What is it made of? How does it look? You approach and your ally has the key. Unlocking the door, your ally opens and allows you to enter. You look again. Your ally nods. Yes, yes. Go, it's safe. Search for your gift. You're inside the space. Look around you. How does the space look like? Search. You're looking for a gift you know belongs to you. A gift you can take with you to the world. Your gift for the world. Look over there to the left. What's there? And there, over there to the right, there's a big table. Look under that table. You found your gift? Take your gift in your hand and look at it. You can see your hands, you can see your gift. You're holding it. It's yours. And behind you, there's those shelves. Look. Look all the way to the top shelf. Look all the way to the bottom shelf. Maybe something under there. Have you found more than one gift? Take that too. The light is flooding the room. You notice your ally is signaling you that it's time to go. As you approach the door, bow. Thank your ally for bringing you to find your gift. Ally, can I meet my power animal now? Your power animal awaits. Step out with me. As you step to the doorway, to the threshold, you squint your eyes for a moment to get used to that bright light of the sun outside. And as you walk out, you take the path where you came from. Your ally now is walking behind you. You turn around, but you can't see your ally. You can feel your ally. You know your ally always walks with you. Look around. Find your power animal. There. There to your right. Behind those bushes, that big tree. Over there to your left. Welcome your power animal. If you haven't seen your power animal yet, look to your right down at your feet. Your power animal has chosen you. Walk with your power animal, side by side. Feel it. You can touch it. You can talk to it through your eyes. What have you come here to teach me, power animal? How can you help me? What will I learn from you, from your ways? How can I use your ways in my everyday life? Will you be there with me? You know the power animal nods yes. Feel your power animal, your strength with it. Still holding your gifts. And you feel your ally covering your back. You do not walk alone anymore. Your ally protecting you, your power animal empowering you. Your gifts, a present to the world. There's a beautiful tree. Come and rest. It's been quite a journey. As you sit under the shade of the tree, your power animal sits next to you. You feel the presence of your ally everywhere around you. Looking at your gifts, beauty of the moment. Look into your power animal's eyes. And lie down. Close your eyes and rest. And as you breathe, as you inhale, feel you're bringing your breath back into your body, your attention to the present moment on your mat. Inhaling all the way to your fingertips and toes. And gently bring your arms over your head and inhale. And awaken in the present moment. Take your time to gently come out of that posture, coming to seated position. Reach for your journal. Note what you felt was most important. Who was your ally? What were your gifts? How is your power animal going to help you and lead you? How do you feel now? Remember.
It's always remembering that you do not walk alone. And it's taking these next 2 or 3 minutes, jot down, and I noticed like up at the top, who was your ally? Was it a saint, a god, or goddess? How do they say they will help you in your everyday life? What is your power animal? And what did it say? How will help you in your everyday life? And also those gifts at the end, make sure to note those. And just take your time. Is there anything that was really important to you? There's a couple notes as a string to keep you connected and you connected with your ally. Take 1 more minute. Nice. And I see some of you already are coming back, turning on your cameras. I really appreciate that. I love to be able to see you guys too. And I feel in many ways you get more out of this when your camera is on, in the sense that by definition, it makes you more present and connected with us. As I say, 30 more seconds. And trust me, I believe that you can write a lot more if you take just those 3 notes. That was my ally, main gift. That was a power animal, what they bring to us. Nice. Love it. I love seeing people down on that writing. That's so inspiring that you have been inspired. And here I have to say, my beloved wife, Nina. She always never misses a beat. She's like laying down, taking the journey.
Why
With
not,
all of us,
right?
it's like, I'll see you later.
I love these. I always pick the themes. I'm like, more journeys.
Next one, you'll lead, and I'll lay down.
Okay, deal.
Awesome.
We'll have one of you guys lead. No, I'm just kidding.
And as you're wrapping up your writing again, I would also say that the musician that I did this with, this recording that you heard, as soon as we finished, this is one take. The musician was playing and I was talking. And as soon as we finished, I said, well, what do you, he was like, don't talk to me. He went and he was writing down. Although he was playing the music for it, he met his, he met his ally, his paranormal, and the gifts. You guys
were a really good match. It was powerful. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. Yeah, it was really special.
And thank you guys for trusting me, for trusting us. And here it's where the work comes in. It's you that have the power to stand up. Your relationship with the power animal. I did not create the relationship. I created the space for you to connect. So I would love to hear from you. Who is a courageous jaguar to raise their electronic or physical hand? Who would like to share what your ally was, what your power animal was, and basically those two. Let me see. I see a couple of people that I know, and see if anyone new wants to share. Oh, I have a courageous jaguar right here. There's another, Corinne Terrace. Please unmute yourself and do share.
Yes, I would love to share.
Oh, we can't hear you.
I think it's...
No.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, my bad.
Yes.
Go ahead, yes.
All right. So I loved your guided meditation. Thank you so much for that. And my ally was my father. And my gift is writing. I love to write. And on the top of the shelf, I reached for the Bible, which surprised me a little bit. But I'm from a Christian background, so what do you?
It's a big gift.
It's not that surprising either. I'm more spiritual than religious. That's why the Bible surprised me a little bit. But good stories in the Bible. And my power animal is the elephant, and it helps me to remember.
Beautiful.
I love elephants.
Beautiful. Horpichai, as we say. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. And the elephants do have amazing memory, and they remember people with some amazing stories of elephants. Thank you, Corinne. Thank you. Horpichai.
Thank you from our hearts.
Beautiful. And Kat, Jedi Kat from England.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, I had a bit of curveball in my journey. I looked down at my feet and I was already an animal. I was a rook, which caught me by surprise, which was nice. And then I was following some lovely red-haired lady in a cloak, and I've got a sense that she was a witch. And then in the cabin, I got gifted a robin. And then what I was confused with initially was a magnet as well. But then my power animal turned out to be a moth. And I've just looked it up in my true nerd self. And moths have magnetite iron crystals in their body. And cryptochromes, which are light sensitive proteins in their eyes, so they can actually see magnetic fields as well as tune in to their GPS. So I love that. So
wow. Very powerful.
Thank you for sharing.
Beloved Sheila.
Hello.
Hello.
So I had two allies. One of them was Mother Earth, which surprised me because I always think of an animal or a being or something, but Mother Earth, and her message to me was to trust her, that she will always take care of me. And my other ally was a Cetharo angel who I have met before, who actually in another meditation took my right hand and drew a healing portal onto the palm of my right hand. Oh my gosh. that brings back. Oh, anyway, my gift was a set of books from the angels. And when that Sethro angel drew that portal onto my hand, the design started glowing red, and then it raised up into like this almost like, if you look at a car at the taillights, that red plastic, and it was almost like raised up, and the pattern raised up into a hard plastic form, and then of course went back down again. But these books from the angels, that portal on my hand fit right into the book and unlocked it.
Oh, wow.
So that was like, I mean, that was several years ago that I had that meditation where the angel drew that portal onto my hand. So just like, yeah. So that's the first that I've ever kind of,
That's beautiful.
had any sort of inkling as to why or what that red, shape was. Anyway.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And then my power animal was a black house cat.
Nice.
And they're going to teach me how to, and then there are two of them. Of course, I have two black house cats. So anyway, they're going to teach me how to relax and get rid of stress because, a cat just really, really, really knows how to relax and just let go. So,
We know very well. Beautiful.
yes, you have a lot of evidence.
Yeah, we have 18 cats in our farm here. Beautiful, Sheila. Thank you. And I love it. I know this brought to mind when you're like going court or where you put your hand on the Bible. And it's just like that Bible that Corinne was talking about just a second ago. It's just like how you're like almost from your Laogun point, the pericardium, that it connects to your heart, and you put on the scripture or whatever the book that you saw or the Bible, that informs your whole being, essentially. It informs your whole being. It's beautiful, powerful.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Orpichai.
Orpichai. Kimberly, good to see you. Let's get you unmuted. Here, let's see. We got this.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm on my phone, so it's like all small and weird. Hi, thank you for doing this today. So I saw feet. I saw a man's feet in front of me, and then I saw his like tan skin for some reason that was very like smooth, and it looked just like there was something very masculine about him, but very soft about him. And then the animal that I saw was a deer, and the eyes were really like kind of potent and mirrory and deep and all the things you think about the deer eyeball, which really felt endless. And then my gift was, honestly, it was just like a blue ball, of kind of a light or something gemmy feeling. And that was it. Those are the main impressions. It was all very abstract, but it was fun.
That's awesome. You have any idea about the blue ball, the blue like gem or anything?
Any sensations in the body when you saw it?
In my hands, when I picked it up, there was like it was very much in my hand. I think Ray had prompted pick it up, but it just felt glowy and nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Keep your heart open and aware. And I love, there's a couple like passwords that have gone by through you guys share. And you just said now it was all abstract. And it is here that's a key word that you just used that is so important, because, we move around life and we move around, just because the Bible was mentioned today and any other book is mentioned, I will quote that. But because that was, say, in the beginning, there is the word. It's the first sentence. And if I remember correctly, this is from Genesis, the birth of all reality. Right? In the beginning, there is the word.
So words make things fixed. And not only are they fixed now through words, I mean, logos, which is the Greek, which is written in enarchi, ine, or logos, in the beginning there is a word. Logos itself, word, means a lot more than word. It means reason, it means God, it means a logic, a system, a logistic, even the word logistic comes from that. A logistic system, a creation, a map that things are created from. But behind it, it's abstract. The power behind is abstract, the God power, the energy that we all live through, that what's coming through and is allowing my lungs and my tongue to move and me to speak and you to hear, that's abstract behind. But when it becomes now here, when it's vocalized, what happens, and I'm going to quickly bring it to the point that I want to make, is that through the centuries and through our cultures, we all are framed in a vocabulary. We're in a setup and vocabulary. And when you say abstract, I'm like, go Kimberly, you just broke out of that vocabulary. You broke out of the box. Because the vocabulary is it's a limitation. So it's keeping us in a smaller reality, which of course we're afraid, which of course we feel small, which of course we can't be a part of the divine. It's like it's separate. And that vocabulary is limited, and it holds us back from even being able to vocalize. I have all these words of V that came out from this, to vocalize our truth, to vocalize our power, and to vibrate. So thank you for saying that, because when we reach the abstract, we're really now tapping into the pineal gland, the pineal gland is the reason we see Christ has a halo. That represents the glow of Christ's pineal gland. That it's super open and connected. Or even the Buddha, that the Buddha has this hairdo, if you want, that's always like a pine cone. Yeah. Do we have that new pine cone we found?
I have it upstairs. Do you want to get it?
No, it's okay. So the pineal gland connects us with the divine. And it lives in the abstract. And the more we can tap into that, the more we're tapping into our inner self and to the greater power of ourselves. That is so important.
And
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Kimberly.
you, Kimberly. Thank you.
And I saw this message come in, and before we read it, I'm beginning to learn Greek, and I even hesitate to admit it because it's a journey. It's just so humbling.
Sounds Greek to me.
And I feel like whenever you talk about this translation from Greek to English, you speak of logos and you talk about the different meanings for that. But when you just said it now, I was really feeling in the beginning, this talk about abstract is like, well, when is the beginning? In the beginning, there is the word. And so we go into this, I want to say portal of...
That is a portal, yeah.
Of manifestation, of manifesting reality. And so in the little bit of Greek that I understand, I just heard that completely different today so awesome. I had to share, because I think that in the abstract and in this space of journeying where we move from the sand to the sea, we move from the material land, if you will, of this world, and then we start walking into the spirit. I think of it as that transition from land to going out into sea, into the vastness. And everything is malleable. It becomes malleable as we all step off the shore into spirit and say, I'm going to try a journey and see what comes, and letting go of the concrete mind and the constructs that hold our reality in place. We can rewrite the past. We can redefine the now. We can create and manifest the infinite possibilities moving forward into life. And I think that's one of the magical, if we use the word magic, the magical elements of the shamanic journeying, because it really allows us to break out of those limitations that we may be setting up in our life that we don't even realize. I know for myself, I have done that, and continue to practice letting go of those limitations that just seem to keep being. And I think that's part of being human, right? That's part of being human, and letting go of those tethers. I
just want to say we're absolutely limited to our vocabulary.
It's so limited.
You can't have an emotion or a feeling that you can't describe through your words. So your words, your vocabulary limits that experience.
Yes.
So becoming a shaman or studying, or the work that we do through the training,
is that expanding beyond that and being able to bring in the imagination. And the imagination is almost everything. Is where the creativity, where growth, where evolution, where spirituality, all that really can happen. It's really rising to a whole other place. But there is something you brought up.
I want to, Patty Jo, are you open to unmuting and sharing? This was such a beautiful share. Are you okay for me to?
Oh, of course, please.
To jump
Of course.
in the comments and the chats you put in. Thank you. I see you've unmuted.
Hi.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah, this was a little different for me. So when I'm walking the path, you know, and then I could see somebody in front of me, and then you mentioned, you know, who's that in front? So I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting. And when I started to walk through, I noticed I was barefoot, and I noticed sandals, and I noticed like a long gown, and sorry, hold on.
Okay.
No worries.
Take your
And
time.
when it came time to turn around and to look into my eyes, it was the Dalai Lama.
Wow.
So I was just like taken back by that at first.
It's beautiful.
And I was just so grateful. I was just like, wow, thank you for being here. And, you know, and I was just wondering what, you know, you have for me, you know, to teach me and to teach me to stay in the present,
Huge.
Wow.
which was kind of a big deal because quite a few years ago I had a near-death experience. And sometimes I kind of look back and not as much as I used to, but every once in a while I still do. So, and as we were going, and you were saying looking for a door, and I'm looking for a door, and he's just walking into this cave, and I'm like, okay. So I kind of walked into the cave, and it was so beautiful. It was like I was in a different world. It was just the bluest water of all. Just everything was there. There's just so much. And then next thing I know, I was just walking in the water, which I have a fear of water, which I don't, but I thought I did. But anyway, so I was in the water. And as I was going down in there, I noticed that there was an octopus next to me, and he had his arm around my arm, my leg, my waist, and he was gently guiding me as we're going, and he was showing me all the different things. And as I sat with him and talked with him, and his thing for me was just to tap into my inner wisdom and just go, and he was showing me how to navigate through the different challenges and just how to adapt and move on and just flow with grace and go through. So yes, I was
Wow.
taken back by that. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for sharing in the chat, and then also for unmuting and sharing. There's power in speaking it, and
Logos.
and I felt that in your voice. There's just such a truth. I want to say a raw truth coming through your voice. It was very powerful. So thank you, Patty Jo.
It just got me a little emotional in the beginning because I wasn't expecting that at all. So thank you.
We're all blessed by the presence of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Thank you, Patty, for bringing that up.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful. I'm going to see that. Melinda.
Our beloved Belinda.
Hello, good to see you all. My journey had a lot of dualities in it. When I started walking, I was following, it was a big figure in a cloak with a staff and like a big kind of thing behind the head. And I didn't know exactly what it was or who, but I'm following. And then I get into the cave. There's a little gold box, and I had a red marble sphere, like not pebble, not marble size, but kind of palm size. And then when I came back out and I turned around to see, I see this big cloaked figure again, but then that figure falls away and there's a child in a cloak. So then listening to actually, it kind of hit me later. It was almost like the death card on in a tarot deck.
Mm-hmm.
And but then there was this child in robes, kind of more playful, frolicking, behind me. And looking for my animal, first I saw a monkey, and then he said, look down, and then there was a turtle. Mm-hmm. And it was a like regular size, not a tiny house turtle, but like a regular turtle. But we said, look into his eyes, then it became this big Galapagos tortoise. And so the message was from the smaller turtle was to move slowly, carry your shell, but keep your head out. So there was that that duality. And then like the wisdom of the ancient tortoise, the Galapagos tortoise, that was like carried through, but sort of like swirled into like all that big, kind of like all that big stuff is in the little, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I haven't really put words to that just yet, but yeah, there was just a lot of duality in there.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Wow. Thank you.
Horpichai, Melinda. I love that. The microcosmos and the microcosmos.
Micro and macro.
The micro and macro. Thank you. I want to say in closing that one of the most important things that I discovered that was essential to my healing cancer, and just to close that story a little bit, although it's a much longer story, especially in my travels through Peru, from the high Andes into the deep jungles, close to the borders of Bolivia, working with the Shipibo tribes and plant medicine, and amazing healers and teachers that were by all means out of the box. Mm-hmm. I was able to take myself out of the box, which was that the only thing I could do was take care of my affairs, or the only thing I could do was this or that. That what we're talking about, my vocabulary was signifying, was determining my reality, and was saying, this is your reality. And I was able to step out of that reality. Yeah. When you're in a Shipibo tribe that haven't seen too many white people in their life, and haven't been out of the jungle ever, there's no thing as an ID or passport or money. All these things are made up things that we consider absolutely real and true. I mean, what's more real than money?
Or your ID.
Or your ID. There's nothing more real than money than your ID, really, in the Western world. Or your passport, if you want to travel, it's just like, no, you won't go anywhere. And these people don't have all that. So I was pushed to and out. I was pushed to beyond my limits and out of my reality, and what I bring forth from them, and really pushed and encouraged and made to from Don Francisco at the end. He says, about the third year of my apprenticeship, he says, now you need to teach this. So what's my next step in my apprenticeship? He said, teaching. And I said, well, how am I going to teach this? Like, I'm white. I'm like, how am I? He said, you're going to teach it in English. Yeah. So what we bring forth through the Jaguar Path is a different vocabulary, which also includes something very, very important. Why the vocabulary is so important? Because it's not only how you describe your words, it's how you prescribe your reality. Mm-hmm. And they say in the beginning is an archino logos. In the beginning there is the speech, the word. It means that you have to be able to say Acropolis before you can make an Acropolis, or pyramids before the pyramids exist. But when you say it, it's as good as done. That's the power. Mm-hmm. It might take 10,000 slaves and 50 years, but it's as good as done. If you can't say it, it will never become. And that's what I've learned from the jungle all the way to the Andes. And that's what I teach and what I share. And that's the shift. And that's what a shaman is. Mm-hmm. I don't have power.
more than any one of us on this screen. Francisco doesn't have power more than any one of us, but we all have power that we're not tapping into. We all in the screen are not tapping into. Why? Because we're not expanding our vocabulary. Why? Because we're staying in those realms. And I'll say that, bring the power animal. Look for that blue gift. We're saying that blue gift, that blue sphere. Look for it. I think it was Sheila, right? Look for that red stone. Look for the gifts. Open your eyes as you're going in. Look for your power animal. Look for your power animal. And say you had this. I taught a lot over many studios especially through the decades from 2005 to 2015. It's just like traveling a lot on the East Coast. And I remember we had this mom and daughter, and we were doing a series like every weekend. We did three weekends in a row, and we did the power animal, and everyone went around and they shared their power animal. And the teenager girl said, I saw this beautiful white horse. And I said, look for your power animal when you go back home, when this ends, etc. And in our next series, when we came again, I said, you will not believe it. I said, well, try me. When they left, they got stuck in traffic, and there was this long line in Connecticut, long line of cars. And the kiddo, the 16-year-old daughter, got out and walked up front to go and see what the holdup was. And sure enough, it was a big white stallion. And she was the only one that was courageous enough, because she's like, oh my God, that's like, I just saw this in my journey, to walk up and help it move out of the road and let the cars go by and help the horse get out of its panic. Regardless of what it is, like I said earlier, in the early 80s, some environmentalists decided, and they got the government to back them up, to reintroduce, if I remember correctly, it was 17 wolves in Yellowstone Park. What turned out to happen, and may know this story, please Google it, go on YouTube and say Yellowstone Park.
We'll share it.
I will share a couple links. What happened is something no one expected. They thought there would be a better balance because the wolf is a top predator. What happened is birds returned that weren't there. Mosquitoes and frogs, fish that were in the river returned. Flowers returned that were not there. Bees that were not there. The rivers themselves and the creeks changed and fixed a new shape of how they moved. Everything changed. Wherever there's metaphor and wherever we talk about abstract, lean into it. And that's why metaphors are really powerful to us, to theater, to religion, to all of this. They're powerful to you. Bring in your power animal. Reintroduce that as a bigger reality that it is into yourself, and allow it. And that's what the Jaguar path is altogether. You start walking the path, being the path, walking with Jaguar, Condor, Serpent, walking with your power animal, and the whole ecosystem inside you, and your mind, and your heart, and your reality, and your vocabulary begins to shift and change. And I see several of you who have been in the Jaguar path. Has this been the truth for you? Have you felt an expansion and an uplift? Let me see hands so they're clear, if I may. Thank you.
Yeah. And I want to say, for those of you that have been in the Jaguar path, or anyone that resonated with today's journey with us, this lineage is literally grounded in Mother Earth. And I'm holding one of my kuyas, one of our healing stones. And I'm going to grab your mesa off the altar. This is, I'm volunteering to demonstrate, to show.
Thank you.
This is Ray's medicine bundle. This is his mesa. And I see some of you holding up kuyas, and many of you have built your medicine bundle with us in the 6 months in the training. And so we move through the trilogy. There's 3 trimesters, 2 sessions per trimester.
Serpent, Jaguar, Condor.
And as we're moving through the training, you're initiating the stones into kuyas. It's a ceremony called karpai. And we talk a lot more about it. But if this is kind of speaking to your heart, I wanted to just let you know that there is a process of being initiated in the lineage. And Don Francisco was the one that not only urged Ray to open the school and start teaching, but in 2020, when people became isolated because of COVID, he urged us to get online and share the work online. And I will admit, I had there was a part of my skepticism as a woman from America. I was like, how can we do this online? I mean, this is healing work. And I had a limitation. And he really helped me understand. And we teach the quantum physics of why the tools work, of how we're never together. He's like, you're always there. I'm always here.
This is my hermanito. I'm here and you're there.
And I was like, yeah, but
How far
I had a
apart
lot
we
of
are
yeah buts.
doesn't matter.
And over the last six plus years, my mind has expanded in such profound ways as we've been sharing these tools online and deepening the work and getting this lineage to activate us as ambassadors and stewards of Mother Earth, and becoming part of a lineage that is truly for each one of us as the children of Mother Earth. This is the wisdom that is our birthright. And I want to say that because I also felt that I had a limitation connecting with the lineage when I met Ray, because I still had a limitation within myself, almost like I didn't have permission to access this ancient sacred tradition. And the first time I met the shamans, they welcomed me into this soul family in the most profound way. Not only permission, but an enthusiastic invitation and encouragement to please connect with the mother tongue of Mother Earth through the Quechua language, which we share in the training. These words hold a frequency that needs to be reactivated and brought back into to life, just like the wolf that Ray mentioned. And walking through each trimester with the serpent, the jaguar, and the condor changed my energy on all three dimensions. And I feel those of you that have walked on the Jaguar path with Ray and I, it's a felt sense. It's not a metaphor. And so I think this is where it's a gift. It's a gift. And that's why we wanted to share this today. This is us as living bridges. We've been appointed the living bridge to share this with anyone that feels called. So thank you for being with us. Thank you for responding to the invitation. Yeah.
And I want to add this because when I ventured out, in closing, I was saying ventured out to go to, I actually also traveled a lot through Mexico. I spent a lot of time and many miles traveling through Mexico and meeting shamans, and throughout Peru, I've met many, many people, curanderos, sorcerers, shamans, of all lineages, etc. But what happened is that I thought I was seeking to find something that was unreal or super real or metaphysical. And what I really have learned is that what I've learned through all these people and what I was trained in and what the JaguarPath training is about is becoming more real. Mm-hmm. The world we live in is limited and unreal in its limitations and the fear it installs, from politics to religions to rules and to language. So it's about liberation, as is yoga and TaiChi and shamanic work. It's about understanding the biochemistry of the self, how words work in your mind and how they spark the endocrine system, how the endocrine system floods your whole body and veins with specific emotions and sensations of reality, etc. So the JaguarPath is bringing forth an expansion of who you are and really going deeper into who you truly are. And a big part of it is taking off old veils or even bars that we use to protect ourselves. We bring in the Jaguar, we bring in other ways to protect ourselves that are upgrades and that really, really rock and can allow you to be you, wherever you go. Yeah. So with that said, bring in the wild, open your wild heart to all. And I've added in the message, in the chat box, a couple of links. The link for a one-on-one if you would like to book a discovery call. But we'll put all that in an email along. Let's remember to put that YouTube about the Yellowstone Park and any other information. If you want to ask anything, please reach out with an email. Yeah. Lots of love to all. And will you help us close with the centering?
Yeah, before we transition, let's just take a moment and honoring this space. Wherever you are, we're just making yourself comfortable. If you can root down into the earth, lengthen up through the crown of your head, feel this elongation in your spine, and draw in a nice smooth breath in through your nose. And as you release the sigh, letting go of old energy, feel the impression of today's journey within your heart, within your energy field, allowing your mind to settle. And feel the corners of your mouth and eyes rise as you inhale. Let your hands flow to your heart space, and gently bowing chin to chest in gratitude to your allies, to your power animals, to one another for this time and for this space. A true blessing. Thank you.
Gently inhale, open your eyes. And once again, Horpichai to all.
Horpichai.
Thank you for being here.
Enjoy your weekend.
We look forward to seeing you again.